Well, hello, everybody. I'm Kim Dupre. I have been asked by some of the folks over in Waupaca to give them some assistance since I live over here on the western side of Wisconsin, Minnesota, St. Croix River Valley area. And we've had a lot of experience with digesters over in St. Croix County in Wisconsin, very western edge of the state. And through that experience, I have met my friend Bud here, who is a retired United States, I should say, Fish and Wildlife employee. And he helped us a lot with the new Richmond digester proposal and thought he had some good things to offer for the rest of you. So you were deeply involved in the analysis of a proposed manure digester in New Richmond, just north of where you lived. Got any other thoughts that you could share after having gone through that last summer, along with the rest of us?
Yeah. Well, yeah, just a few things, some of which probably you all out there already know about, but odor's always a concern with a manure digester. If you do a Google search, I think you will find it is a legitimate concern. It seems to me that some manure digesters smell badly some of the time, and some smell badly all of the time. The only people who seem to believe odor is not a problem are the people who want to build them but do not live near them. There's little doubt that manure digesters adversely affect property values. That was a huge concern in New Richmond. Is what was it going to do to the property values of both private and commercial property? While it isn't really usually touched a lot, manure digesters are a source of air pollution. It's something that kind of just seems to not get as much emphasis as some of the other effects, but it's a real thing. The fire hazard related to manure digesters are often overlooked. In New Richmond, we found the city would have had to make a substantial investment in equipment needed to combat a chemical fire, which they did not have that capability in the city of New Richmond. Truck traffic is a concern, and it should be. In New Richmond, we found a truck full of manure would be entering the city limits every 5 minutes. From 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. And the roads the trucks would travel were never designed or built to handle that amount of heavy traffic. So people were quickly seeing that, okay, repair and rebuild roads, by specialized firefighting equipment. What else are we going to have to pay for? What does this do to our taxes? It probably doesn't make them go down. Rather, it probably makes them go up. And in exchange, we get an environmental hazard and a health hazard in the midst of where we live. So the citizens in New Richmond got pretty upset. Also in New Richmond, we found that the proposed manure digester was 180 degrees opposite to what the city had defined as important based on their legally approved comprehensive plan. Now, I think a lot of people who were involved didn't even understand that New Richmond had a comprehensive plan or what was in it, but we sure did.
Yeah.
Yet the proposed zoning change that would be needed to accommodate the manure digester was approved before the proposed project was even common knowledge to the general public in New Richmond. So there was an obvious attempt to get the manure digester approved by flying under the radar, so to speak. Then it's also, I think, safe to say that one manure digester would ultimately lead to proposals for other forms of industrial agriculture that would only compound the problems. We also found in the New Richmond project that manure digesters in Wisconsin are often promoted by large out-of-state energy companies, or in their case, actually a foreign energy company.
Mhm.
Now, the company folks that were promoting the proposed manure digester in New Richmond from Nature Energy, which is owned by Shell Oil, which is a foreign company, they were the nice company people who were skilled in sales and personal relationships, and they were there to sell the project. Big promises. Now, we learned that if the project had gained approval, these salespeople would disappear, and an entirely new set of company folks would have showed up that would be calling the shots in regard to the building and the operation of the project. Local and county control would have been totally lost, and the company could have changed or expanded their operations at pretty much their free will. Big energy companies have deep pockets and a history of buying influence to steamroll over local communities. We learned in New Richmond that strong and united community resistance can beat the steamrollers and preserve the type of community, quality of life, and natural environment the community valued and presently enjoyed. Based on what I see on your website and Facebook page, I believe you are on the right road also to doing just that. Just keep up the good work and keep going and don't get discouraged.
Well, thank you so much, Bud. I think you probably would agree with me that we understand, you and I have been around long enough on the farm, know that farming has changed a lot over the years.
Oh, yeah.
But the one thing that has not changed is our need for clean drinking water. And so that's what we need to keep thinking about.
We do. And one thing that has changed, which I think is very detrimental to farming and to our whole food production system, is that big agriculture has been able to influence Congress.
Right.
So that over the years, the Farm Bill has changed to the drastic benefit of big ag, and rather than the benefit of smaller family farms. Family farmers have been left behind by the Department of Agriculture, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you on that too. So, well, Bud, we just thank you so much for all your perspective and your experience. It's been so helpful to listen to your stories, real world stories. It's always good to hear those instead of a bunch of theories. We got some real world evidence from you today.
Yeah, okay. Glad to do it.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. And folks, thank you for listening, for your time. We appreciate your attention to this matter, and let us know if you've got questions. Thank you and goodbye.